Hello, 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 everyone. Hi, you guys. This is Miss B, and you are tuned in to Midday Makeover with Beauty by Miss B. I missed y'all. Where have y'all been all my life? Oh my God, where have y'all been? Okay, come on in, come on in, come on in. We have some making up to do. Okay. We got some making up to do, y'all, because y'all have been gone and we got to catch up and we just got to, you know what I'm saying? We just got to talk. We just got to, be good girlfriends and just share, what we've been doing with our lives, okay? We have to talk. How have you all been? We're in the last week of February. Can you guys believe it? The last week of February. Oh my God. I feel like we just brought in the new year, okay? It's crazy. Hello, 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 everyone. I have truly missed you guys. Last week, hi, Demetrius. Hi, honey. I know I missed you too. Oh my God. Listen, forgive me for the tardiness. I had to run. I'm here by myself, so I had to run and get everything taken care of and a whole 9 yards. I didn't even put no lashes on, y'all. But, I did some good mascara, so, she kept. With the little Tarte, I did the Tarte voluminous mascara. Hi, Lavaisha. How are you, honey? How are you all? Y'all know what to do. Today we are talking about something that I think all makeup lovers, makeup wearers should know. Thank you, Lavaisha. Thank you so much, honey. Thank you. You are too. You are even more beautiful, okay? So let's go ahead and share to all your makeup groups, all of your makeup pages, whatever the case, all of your friends, your timelines, whatever. Because today we are getting into color theory. Today we are talking about what is your color. And don't get me wrong, although the majority of this conversation will be based around women and what we do and all of that good old stuff, it's actually going to be beneficial for the men too. Okay. And I'm going to go into that. But yes, go ahead and share to every page that you have, every makeup page, every color group. It don't even matter. Whatever the case. Y'all see Miss B done changed it up. She done changed it up on y'all real quick. I can't keep no color. Y'all know that. I don't know why you expect me to do such a thing. I got to change it up on y'all. I got to keep you guessing, Got to keep you guessing. But, a very near and dear friend of mine, that is their favorite color. So I wanted to, give something special to them, okay? So this is a color that is the number one. And so I did it for them just because, I love them dearly. Okay. So, but in any case, I love it. It's one of my favorites too. Platinum. Everybody can't pull it off. And we're going to talk about that too. So I have my notes here, you guys. For the past couple of days, I have been jotting down some things because I want to go into some theory here, but I don't want to miss a thing. Like, I want you all to get everything that you're supposed to get and all of your understanding and knowledge and wisdom and insight with regards to picking your color, picking your right color. Because how many of us are product hoarders? OMG. The moment you hear somebody or see somebody doing a tutorial or doing a demonstration, a video, or whatever the case, and they talk about a specific brand, and baby, we are at the store immediately to go and pick up what it is that they just mentioned on their video. Okay. I know I used to be one until I grabbed something that worked for me. And the old saying, if it ain't broke, baby, don't you dare try to fix it. Okay. Don't you dare try to fix it. What is this on my lip? Okay. I'm over here. I got crumbs or what? What's happening here? But in any case, hopefully this lesson here and this tutorial is going to give you a better insight on your purchases. It's going to save you some money because when you go from now on, when you go to purchase makeup, then you're going to go buy it with a specific color scheme in mind. It's not going to be a hit or miss. Okay. It's not going to be well, it looks like my color in the bottle, but you get it out of the store, you get it in some natural sunlight, or you get it on your skin and it's at home. And once it starts to oxidize and all of this stuff, then it's a total different color. You know what I'm saying? I know we have had those traumatic moments, okay? Where we just spent a gazillion dollars on a bottle of something and it just don't work for us when we get it home. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to talk about finding our perfect color. What is your perfect foundation shade? What is your perfect concealer? What should you be doing? What should you buy? Okay. But in order for us to do that, to come up with an educated color tone for each one of us, okay, for you individually, then you must first learn your undertone. Okay. That is very, very, very important. In order for you to find your perfect shade, you must first find your perfect undertone, whatever your undertone is, okay? Now, with that being said, like I said, that's the first step, all right? With that being said, there are 3 different categories in undertones. There is 1 cool, 2 warm, and 3 neutral, okay? Cool, warm, neutral. You will be one of those 3. Okay. You will be one of those 3. Now, in order to determine, how do we determine what each tone is? And to know what an undertone, it's so much different terminology. Your undertone, your skin tone, your this, your shade, your that, you know what I'm saying? By definition, your undertone is the color that is the underlying color of your skin complexion. Okay. So either you are warm, like I said, you're cool, or you're neutral. Okay. So learning your undertone. Okay. Learning your undertone will help you determine not only your foundation, but your concealer. It'll help you determine, with me being a stylist, it'll help you determine what colors in your hair works for you. Okay. It'll help you determine, even for us, and not even just women, but men too, it'll help you determine what clothes and colors best fit you and best flatters you and your skin tone. Knowing your undertone it helps save a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of headache. Okay, because if you are a warm tone and you try to do some cool colors, then it's gonna conflict. You're not gonna look right. I know you all have seen people, say for instance with this platinum hair color. Everybody can't pull off the platinum hair color, honey. Some people go platinum and they are washed completely out. Like a ghost, okay? But then on the other end, if you're too cool and you try to do a platinum, it ain't gonna work for you either. So it's so many different things and variations that you have to really, really, really keep into consideration when it comes down to your undertone, and it's very important to know that. So like I said, it's not just for women, it's for men too. You can find your undertone and it will determine what colors best suit you, okay? Now, if you are a warm tone, then that means that you will have some peachy, some yellow, some golden undertones. Okay. So if you are warm, you are considered a warm undertone. If you have peachy, yellow, or golden undertones. Okay. Now, if you are a cool undertone, then that means that you have some reddish, some pinkish, you know what I'm saying? You got some blue in there, you know what I'm saying? So you got some different cool tones, reds, pinks, blue. Now, in some cases, you might have some cases of a rosacea, which is a skin disorder. You know what I'm saying? That could be that could be your dominant undertone. That rosacea, that skin disorder can be giving you your undertone. You know what I'm saying? And then that's when correctors and all of that stuff comes into play. We'll get into that later on in the conversation. Okay. Also too, for warm, olive can be an undertone. You know what I'm saying? Olive can be an undertone up in that warm category as well. You got your yellows, your peach, your golds, your olives for warm, cools, pinks, reds, blues. But then you go to the neutrals, and some neutral got to be the most perfect undertone. The reason is because neutral is a combination of the both. Neutral is a combination of warm and a combination of cool. You know, which on your skin, you might have some yellow areas, you might have some pink areas, or you might have a combination of both, which means that if you have a neutral skin undertone, then that means you can wear whatever color there is to wear. Okay? Jealousy, okay? Envy just rose up in me, okay? Because not everybody can do that. You know, not everybody can do that. Okay, because we have some areas, and there are some areas where on people's skin where underneath their eyes they may be dark, and then they may have some red cheeks, they may have red chin, whatever the case. And so, like I said, in those areas, then we would do some color correctors, and it would be basic, really kind of color theory, looking at the color wheel, you know, going back to the primary colors, or even just like I said, the circular color wheel, and learning what canceled out what color. Okay. So like I said, warm, huh? Can I diagnose you? Can I diagnose you? I mean, listen, I can only do so much, but it's only so much that a picture can allow me to do. You know what I'm saying? The best way to figure out what an undertone is to, there are several different tests. Actually, one is the old test. Can Sephora said I'm warm, borderline, neutral. That's that. What's that? Okay, warm, borderline, neutral. I don't understand how you can be warm but then borderline neutral. Okay, so either you're warm or you're neutral. Okay? But if you can wear any color, then that means you're neutral. You're not warm. That means you're neutral. Okay? There's nobody that's borderline anything. You're either cool, warm, or neutral. And if you are, neutral has a combination of both. Like I said, they have the warm tones, the peaches, the yellows, the golds, the olives, but then they also have the blues, the pinks. You know what I'm saying? There's no borderline anything, you know. And Sephora know better, because as much as their product costs, that you shouldn't be telling folks they borderline whatever. Okay, Sephora, get your life together. Okay. All right. So, yes, you are neutral. You're neutral. If you can wear whatever color, then you're neutral. And that's a good way to determine, Demetrius, what your undertone is. Say, for instance, I know some people that my foundation was matched warm one day, the olive neutral another. Exactly. So that means that depending on whatever day it is, you can pull either one. You can pull either one. Some people can't. Some people are warm, and that is just what they are. Some people are cool, and that is just what they are. You know what I'm saying? So you got, you know, people jealous of you, sugar, because you can do whatever you want to do out here in these streets. Okay? You can pull that fire red if you want to. You can wear fire red, fire engine red. Or you can go as blue as the ocean sea. Okay? Or the sky above. And it will still be flattering to you. Okay? You're extraordinary. I know that's right. Be great. Honey, be great. Just be great. Okay? That's funny. Okay, so yes, in order to, a good way to, oh yes, you better slay. Another good way to determine what your skin tone, what your undertone is you can do the wrist test. Okay? So the wrist test, what it is you look down at your hand and you look at your veins in your wrist and look at the color that they pull. Okay. Now mine, I'm a neutral skin tone. I am neutral myself, Demetra. So I do understand. I understand what extraordinary feels like. So I'm a neutral undertone myself. So, but if you look down at your veins, okay, in your wrist, and if they're pulling more blue, purple, you know, and if that's a color that's coming through on your wrist, then that means you are cool. You are a cool undertone. If it's pulling green, you know, and if it's looking green, your veins are looking green, then that means you are warm. Okay? Now, if you have a combination of both, they're looking kind of greenish, bluish, then that means you are neutral. That means you are neutral. Okay, again, and even down to your, let me see, down to, like I said, the colors. We talked about the colors that we wear. Let's talk about gold and silver. If you put a piece of gold jewelry on your wrist and a silver jewelry on your wrist, if the gold, it looks better against your skin complexion, then you're warm. If the silver looks better, then you're cool. You can even take those same pieces of jewelry and put it up to your hair. Not your colored hair. I can't put it to my platinum right now. Okay? But you have to determine it based upon your natural hair color. Okay? And see what flatters. It's a lot of different ways to determine what your skin tone is. Turquoise. Yes, you are neutral. Exactly. Because it's greenish bluish. There you go. You're a combination of both. You are a true neutral for sure. Because the veins ain't gonna lie. Okay? Veins ain't gonna lie. Okay? Another way is if you tan easily, but don't burn. Okay? Now I'm reading I wrote down a whole bunch of stuff between yesterday and today. If you tan easily, but do not burn, chances are you have a high level of melanin in your skin, and you have more pigment, which means that you will pull more yellow, which means you are warm. Okay? If you tan easily, but don't burn, that is normally for the dark-skinned. Okay? The excellence that is usins, okay? If you tan easily but do not burn, okay, then you are pulling more melanin, okay, and pigment, which means you're pulling more yellow. You're showing more yellow undertones, okay, which puts you in the warm category, okay? If you burn easily but don't tan, but tan minimally, if you burn over tan, okay, when you're out in the sun and you're doing more burning than you are tanning, okay, and you have a pinkish and obvious level of red, then that means that you are cool. You are cool, okay? So they flip-flop. If you burn easily, tan minimal, you're cool. If you tan easily, burn at none at all, you're warm, all right? When shopping for your foundation, you want to pay attention to keywords on the packaging. You want to pay attention. Some things you may see a tan, you may see a beige, you may see a cool, you may see a warm. Those things you want to pay attention to, because once you determine your undertone, then those are the words that you want to focus on in purchase. Okay, so if you're looking like Demetrius, you're neutral. If you see neutral and then you want to go and target things that has the letter N on it. You want to target things that say neutral. You want to target some nudes, some tans, some beiges. Those are the colors that you want to look for. If you are warm, then you want to target those warm honeys. Those what else? Let me see, warm something that says warm in it. If you're cool, you want to target the cocos and the cool mahoganies and all of those things. Those are things you want to target. Okay, because they're going to work simultaneously with your skin tone. It's going to be a perfect complexion for you. You don't want nothing that's gonna make you look casket ready. Okay. We don't want to say here lies, such and such, because they've been beat to death, literally. Okay. We don't want that to happen. All right, Sugar Lump. Okay. Okay, daughter. Okay, daughter. All right. So, words like golden, when you see golden, that is warm. Beige, like I said, that's neutral. Sand would be more of a cool. Those sand tones, sand colors. You say you holler. Yeah, no, okay. So, and when I say beige, when you're neutral, you want to look for beiges, because a beige has shades of pink and some, they got shades of pink, they got shades of yellow, they may have a little bit of olive in there. You know what I'm saying? So those neutrals and beiges, they have a combination of all of it. And depending on, what you want to be pulling that day. Like, say for instance, if if you have like some gray eyes or some blue eyes or something, you know what I'm saying? Those are the colors that's going to be enhanced. Those are the colors that's going to be enhanced. So those are the ones that you really want to work with your skin. You don't want to work against. If you are warm, you don't want nothing to say cool and nothing to say neutral. Because if you pull a neutral, I'm telling you, you're going to look ashy. You're going to look gray. Okay? And if you are cool and then you pull something warm, you're going to look red. You're going to look sunburned. Okay? So it's you want to know these things before you go and purchase anything. All right? We talked about the wrist test and how to determine with your the vein colors that is pulling on your wrist. You want to determine it that way. Like I said, if you see blue veins, if you see purple veins, you are in the cool family. If your veins appear green, you're in the warm family. If they appear turquoise, like Demetria say, if they appear bluish green or whatever, then you are indeed neutral. Another determining way to think about what color looks best for you is, which works for men, like I said, which works for men as well, is the colors that flatter your body. The colors that you wear. Like a dark-skinned person, I don't know if you all saw the movie, what was it? The Brothers, with Morris Chestnut, and I think Shamar Moore was in it, and I want to say Bill Bellamy or D.L. Hughley, something like that. Somebody else was in there. But in any case, they had, in the entire movie, and then these are the things that I pay attention to because I'm a color fanatic, okay? I pay attention to color schemes and stuff like that. So, in the entire movie, they had Morris Chestnut in pastels. The entire movie. Pastel polos. Pastel t-shirts. The entire movie. Why? Because those colors truly, truly flatter him. Okay? He's of a darker complexion, but he has an undertone that flattered those colors. Okay, so for the men out there, and for the ladies that got the men, and the man trying to find his style, and he don't quite know just yet, you know what I'm saying? Then it's up to you to help him. These colored undertone theories work for him as well. Look at his hair color, Look at his hair color. Look at his skin complexion. Look at his undertones and figure out what colors works for your guy. Figure out what colors works for him. Because I'm telling you, once you determine his undertone, then his shopping will be totally different. And the clothes that lay on his body, baby, you gonna fall in love with your husband and your boyfriend and your bae and your boo and your all over again. Because that swag is about to go up to a trillion, billion, zillion. Okay? I'm telling you, it's about to go up there. Because it's something like finding something that works for you. When you find something that works exactly just specifically for you, then honey, I'm telling you now, you feel better. Because you know you look good. Okay? You know you fly. You know you are. So can't nobody tell you nothing. All right. Same thing with the hair color. Same thing with the choices. Like I said, when you choose a color, when my clients come in here, they just can't come up in here talking about, they Ms. B, I want to do, they dark as my, okay. And they want to be fire red or, then, I have to take on the hard task of saying no. Because I am the stylist that will deny you. You better understand I will. You know why? Because when this style is done, okay, don't get me wrong. If I was to give you what you're looking for, what you're asking for, then number one, I know that it will be done correctly and I know that it will be pretty. It will be a pretty shade. It's not going to be pretty on you though. The color will be done correctly. The application will be perfectly done. The style will be finished correctly, but it still won't flatter you. That is not what you want. When you are coming to get any kind of color process, you want that thing to work for you. You want people to be like, man, that color fits you. That thing flatters you. You want people to say your overall look is flattering. It works for your overall look, not just, oh, your hair is cute. You want them to be like, girl, you want them to, you know, almost marvel at your feet. That's what you want them to do. Okay. You want them to have life everlasting when they gaze upon. All right. So in order to do that, I have to know what works for them. Now, my license, hey love, my license puts me in a higher ranking, in a higher understanding when it comes down to things of this nature. Because when the clients come to our, you're late, but you don't worry about it. We're talking about color theory. We're talking about finding your perfect shade, finding your shade for you, how to determine your undertone, locating and learning your undertone is the very first step to finding and knowing what foundations to purchase, what concealers to purchase and stuff like that. So love, go ahead and share. Go ahead and do what you do, honey, because you be doing it. Go ahead and do what you do, because we are talking about some very important stuff. And I'm going to do a review. Don't worry. So, you know, we're going to go back over what I discussed thus far. Okay. But when I was talking about when it comes down to our clients, when the clients come in here, you might see something, you never know, love, your tones are still thrown off. You never know. You know, that's what we're here for. We're here to determine, so to help you determine, so you can figure it out on your own, you know, what your tones are. Okay. But like I was saying, with the clients, they may not know when they come in. They may have just seen a picture of somebody's hair, or they may have saw something on TV and they liked it, you know, so they'll take a picture, or they'll send me a picture, or they'll bring a picture and say, you know, I want to do this, or I want this color, I want this style. There's a lot of things that client's eye is not trained to see that my eye is. Okay. There are several things that we have to look at. We have to consider. Number one, the fact that person is not my client. Okay. Vice versa. My client is not that person. That's number one. Number two, that person's hair texture might be totally different. That person's hair color might be totally different. That person's face shape might be totally different. You know, it's so many things to consider, you know, because we have to, when we do a style, it has to be symmetrical. It has to be perfectly balanced. It has to be perfectly balanced. Even like my haircut here. Okay. I have my lines and things on this side. However, on both sides, my barber had to taper it down evenly on both sides. I can't have the Gumby. I don't want the Gumby. Well, one side is flatter than the other. No, that is not what's up on today. Okay. Not in my life. No, ma'am. Okay. So it is up to us to be trained to know what works for each one of our clients that come and sit in our chairs. And for me, I don't know if you guys know this, but I have been a certified L'Oreal makeup artist for the last 12 years. So these things, when I do makeup, although we have Jazz Kelly is our in-house makeup artist. And when she's not here, of course, you know, I'm licensed. I'm a master cosmetologist. I'm a master cosmetologist, trichologist, instructor. That's what I do. Okay. So no matter what service we offer in this building, you better understand Miss B is signed, sealed, and delivered. You understand? So I can do it for sure. I've taught it. Okay. The ones that were here, I taught them. So, but I have specific people in places so that they can execute and take on certain areas. Jazz Kelly, this is her area. Okay. So now she's to a point where she can look at the client that sits in her chair. She can eyeball and see what undertone they are. And then that'll determine what category of foundation that she goes to. Okay, there's no, we got to swatch and swatch and swatch and swatch and swatch and swatch and swatch. For you know it, you got swatches all up the arm trying to figure out what color is this client's. Thank you, love. Thank you so much. So yeah, so those are the things that we are trained to see and to know. Okay, to learn the undertones, learn how to pull, how to figure out what the undertones are, and then we go from there. Okay, even when that's the same method when it comes down to hair coloring. Okay, learn the undertones, and then you can then pull where to go from there. Okay, now one of the biggest brands that causes so much confusion is, I'm gonna let y'all guess. What brand of makeup, what company do you all think causes the largest amount of confusion? The largest amount of confusion, like no other. When it comes down to what their shades are, what people's perfect bright shade is, and all of that stuff. Y'all tell me, what do y'all think? What brand of makeup? Do y'all think it's Maybelline? Do you all think it's L'Oreal? Do you think it's Rimmel London? Do you think it's MAC? Do you think it is, what's another one? Fashion Fair, Bobbi Brown. Do you think it is, what do you think? CoverGirl? What do you think it is? Number one makeup line that is the most confusing when it comes down to finding the person's right shade. Okay? It is MAC. MAC is the most confusing. You know why? Because MAC scale is the total opposite of what actual color tones are. Okay? You can go to their counter. I'm telling you, you can go to their counter and you can have somebody to color match you. You would literally have to have a MAC specialist to color match you. You ain't gonna be able to do it yourself. Because even though you may go up in there knowing you confident, you walk up in there, you got your purse, you got your wallet, baby, you got your face, and you know your undertone, and you about to walk up in there. You know what I mean? Sometimes I'm yellow, red, or orange, which means that you could be both. You could be a neutral too. You could be a neutral, because if you're pulling yellow and orange, then that means you're warm. But if you're pulling red, then you got some cool in there. So you could be both too. Now, you could walk up in MAC and just be like, you know, I know my undertone. I know I'm a yellow undertone. I know I'm a warm. I know I'm a warm. So, or I got some olive undertones up in there. I know I'm a warm. So let me go up in here and I'm about to go straight to W. Sis, when you get the W, you know what's gonna look. That W gonna pull so much red on you. See, with MAC, I don't know why they do this. Hi, Keely. I don't know why they do this. I have no idea why MAC's formulation is this way. But I'm going to break some of their formulations down for you, okay? Like I said, MAC shades are the opposite of the rest of the makeup world, okay? It's the opposite. MAC stands alone. MAC shades, they are so petty and childish for this. But MAC stands alone. When it comes down to the being the opposite, they are the total opposite of the rest of the makeup world, okay? When it comes down to this. It's the lights, the real trick and the problem. The lights can be the trick. The lights can be tricks, and because inside the store, even with Sephora, and it's so strange that with some places like Sephora or Ulta, where you know they're very known for their makeup and stuff like that, the lighting in there sucks. It's like they got these fluorescents up in there. How do you expect someone to purchase an actual, you know what I'm saying, an actual perfect shade for themselves if they're not being able to examine it and you know, look through it and look at it under the right light. The best light to look at it under is the natural sunlight. You know what I mean? Which means that they need to pull some kind of bulb, do something, and then how they in there doing makeup with some terrible light? That means you're going to go outside the door and look crazy. I'm just saying. Okay, so MAC. All right. So like I said, it's they make it very, very, very impossible. Okay. That's why I keep my coin. I know that's right. They make it very impossible to purchase and shop at MAC. Because of one, it gets confusing, and two, people always buy the wrong shade. Girl. Okay. So let me break some of the lettering down for you when it comes down to MAC. You know, number one, personally, I have nothing against MAC. Okay, I walk out of there with my neck. I'm done with you, love. She said I walk out of there with my neck Wakanda and my face looking like Australia. Let me tell you something. Hi, Carol. How are you? Let me tell you something, love. It's real out here in these streets. You all go ahead and share. We're talking about color theory. We're talking about, we're helping the sisters find their right shade of foundation, find their right concealer, their right shade of foundation, all of that stuff. Because once you find your undertone, sis, I'm telling you, you'll be able to know your right foundation, your right eyeshadows, what eyeshadows best flatter you, what hair color flatters you, what clothing colors flatter you, all of that stuff. I'm telling you, we're teaching finding your color. That is crazy, love. That's crazy. So now with MAC, there are formulations. I'm gonna break this down for you guys, and you might have to write this down so that you can know. And all of my MUAs out there that you do makeup and you may not be aware of some of the MAC's their breakdowns and their letterings and what it stands for and stuff like that. I'm gonna write it down. I'm gonna jot it down for you guys, or say it to you guys, and you all jot it down while I'm speaking. Okay, so. If you notice on MAC's colors, on their foundations, they have letters. Okay? They have letters. They have C, NC, N, NW, W. You know what I'm saying? So you might have an NW45, an NC, da 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 da. You know what I mean? Okay, so you all are silly. She said looking like an Oreo missing the top cookie. I will not. Okay? So now, the letter C on MAC cosmetic products stands for cool, okay? The letter C typically stands for cool. However, what did I say? MAC's formulation is the opposite of the makeup world. So if you pick up a foundation that is C for cool, that means it matches yellow and golden, olive undertones. Okay? If you pick up one that says cool, that means it's going to match yellow, golden, and olive undertones, which means that is a warm complexion foundation. Now, listen, call Mr. Mac, Miss Mac themselves, because I don't know. I don't know what they was thinking when they did this here, but they did it. Okay, so if you are a warm undertone, you have a warm undertone, and you are pulling yellow, you're pulling peach, you're pulling golden, you're pulling olive, then that means that if you are determined to purchase MAC, then you're going straight to the C's, okay, which stands for cool. You're not cool, but you're gonna buy cool at MAC, okay. Now next one, NC. NC and MAC stands for neutral cool, okay? Neutral cool. But it matches slightly golden undertones. Slightly golden undertones, okay? So if MAC NC matches you, if MAC's neutral cool, which matches slightly golden undertones, matches you, then that means you are warm tone. That's what it is. That's what it is, Demetrius. They did it to make y'all buy twice. So you're going to go in there and you're going to pick up something that say warm and you're a warm tone. You know, you walk up in there and you know you're a warm tone. You're going to go up in there and pick up something that say W, correct? You're going to buy something that say W because, W, everywhere it's mentioned, W is spelled with, warm is spelled with a W. So you're going to go to the W's. Okay? But you're going to get home and you're going to put that stuff on and you're going to be looking crazy. You're going to be looking ashy. and like I said, casket ready. You know, gray. You're going to be looking gray. Especially when that foundation gets on your skin and that thing oxidizes and in casket ready. That's all I got to say. Okay? You don't want that. You don't want that. And then you're going to have to turn around and go back and buy your actual shade. Now, we all know that MAC is not cheap, honey. MAC's foundations are nowhere near cheap. That's not okay to be doing, like Love say, the trickery when it comes down to their consumers, okay? Because a lot of people, MAC is a huge name. MAC is a huge name, and people swear by MAC. Not I said the cat, but people swear by MAC, okay? So again, see, by the way, they done set you up. You stop buying them. I understand. It's confusion. Okay. They're a great brand. Don't get me wrong. Great brand. They got some great. I love their pigments. Honey, because some of their pigments is, everything. But that foundation is very confusing. Okay. So like I said, C stands for cool, but it matches in MAC world. It matches yellow, golden, olive undertones, which means it is for the warm tone complexion. Okay. Warm tone undertones. NC stands for neutral cool, but it matches slightly golden undertones. So if you are NC at MAC, then that means you are warm tone. Now we're moving on to N. N stands for neutral, okay? The only thing that MAC got right in the foundation world is the neutral, okay? Because if you get neutral, then you are indeed neutral. If you buy the neutral, you are indeed neutral. Okay. NW. NW stands for neutral warm, but it matches slightly pink undertones. Slightly pink undertones, okay? If MAC's NW matches you, then you are cool or neutral tone, okay? You cool or neutral tone, all right? And then W. W stands for warm, but if it matches pinkish undertones, bluish, reddish, that means it matches you as a cool tone, okay? It's very confusing, but when you go to a MAC counter, then keep those things in mind when it comes down to purchase. When you go up in there and you just insisted on buying you some MAC, sis, I mean, you just insisted on buying you some MAC. Then baby, go right ahead. But remember to go to the opposite of what you are. Go to the opposite, okay? Now, just a little review. And listen, I'm going to, let me talk about some of these tones here, okay? Some of these colors. I have some Maybelline Fit Me. Love say, I should have knew better to walk in there and see the whole staff looking like they just finished the Thriller. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Listen, let me tell you something. If you walk in any makeup store and you see the staff looking like some Thriller extras, looking like Walking Dead, love, I no longer blame them. I no longer blame the workers. No, ma'am. I blame this is you, okay? All right, so I'm going to go. Now, we all know and love LA Girl Pro, right? We all know and love LA Girl Pro Concealer. Now, some of us, say for instance, you are a cool complexion. Some of us, say for instance, you're a cool complexion. And you may deal with some rosacea, some red, which is, like I said, it's a skin disorder. What, the black girls look white and the white girls look black. I was confused. I'm telling you, because they're confused. And that is so ridiculous. So ridiculous. It's so crazy. If you suffer, from some reddish areas or whatever the case, then what you would do on the basic color wheel. I wish I had a color wheel here. Okay. I got some color sticks. Hold on one second. Now, we have a red stick here. All right. So if we have, so you can see. We have a red stick here. All right. So now on the color wheel, opposite of red is green. Okay. Opposite of red is green. Even in the color world, this is basic color 101. Okay. On the color wheel, opposite of red is green, which means, say for instance, like last week, you guys, or the week before last, you last saw me and I had orange hair, right? I had orange hair. So that means in order for me to take all of that orange out of my hair, I had to cancel it out with something, correct? So this is what I did. I took, hold on, I'm getting my orange and my opposite. Okay. Orange, opposite of orange, all right? Then you got, you know, then you go, it's basic color. Basic color. I'm trying to hold all these together, y'all. Okay, basic color. You do the opposite. Okay? You do the opposite. So in order to cancel out a red, if you have red cheeks and reddish areas on your skin and on your face, then what would you do? You would cancel it out with a green, which means in those areas that you have redding right in here, which is probably, it's a cool complexion, it's a cool undertone, but it's probably those, you know, of the more fairer complexion, you know what I'm saying, would have those, you know, rosy cheeks, rosy nose, stuff like that. Then you would take, this is what we do here, LA Girl Pro corrector in the color green, and you would take that and you would you know, take a beauty blender and you would blend those out and you would correct those color splotches in that skin. Okay. You would do that before you lay your foundation. Now your foundation is still the same. You're still going with your undertones in your foundation. However, you're correcting certain areas, because I may have a reddish spot here. I may have a reddish spot here. You know what I'm saying? So take your green and you cancel it out. And then you lay your foundation so that you will have an even tone all over. That is the objective, to give you an even tone all over. Okay. Same thing if you have some cool tones. You got some coolness or some darkness under your eyes. You know, if you have some darkness under your eyes, you may have some darkness on your chin in some areas, maybe some blemishes or whatever. And you are a warm tone, then what you want to do is you want to take some of your orange corrector. Okay. That's warm. Or you can take some yellow. That's warm. Okay. And you correct those areas. And then you put on your coverage. Okay, so what you're doing is you're giving yourself a balanced slate. You're giving yourself a balanced slate. Dark eyes, I have slight darkness right up under here with no makeup on. So what I do is I take a toned concealer. I take a toned concealer. I'm neutral. I can do either or, cool or warm. Okay, so what I do is I take I don't have to do the color corrector because I don't have reds and some blues and all of that stuff in my tones right here. So what I do is I just take my regular LA Girl concealer. I take it in fawn, or I take it in a cool tan. It depends on how potent I want my highlight to be. And I conceal. Cover those areas up. That's what you're doing. And it gives you almost an instantaneous eye lift. You know what I'm saying? So it brightens those eyes. It lifts everything up. It lifts everything up. All right. So that's what you want to do when you're doing and considering doing any makeup, or you want to try it on yourself. I'm telling you, those are the things you want to consider when it comes down to picking your right shade. Okay. So here is, let me see. I'm going to put, this is yellow corrector. I'm going to swatch it on my hand here. Now I have some tattoos, you guys, so don't be distracted, okay? I'm going to swatch the yellow. I'm going to swatch the green. And it's really good coverage. LA Girl Pro concealer is really, really good. I think everybody kind of swears by that right now. And I'm going to swatch the orange. They have a lavender one too. They have a lavender color corrector as well.